Hi everybody, it's Olivia Rosalie. Today marks 3 years of me on my journey, and I thought I'd do a busy video blog and recap the last 3 years, and then we can talk about goals we're setting up for next year. So I'm going to add some pictures so you can see my progress through the time of the story, and just enjoy it. Let yourself be inspired, and thanks. So there I was, 370 pounds, completely lost. I was appalled with myself. I was horrified that I had allowed myself to get that big. And so I went to Weight Watchers and I weighed in at 370 pounds. I decided it took me about 20 weeks, really. My first 10 weeks, I was down about 20 pounds. And then from week 10 to week 16, I bounced. And I bounced between 4 pounds, and then I finally had to say to myself, okay, what did you do the last time you lost weight? So last time I lost weight, which this is what worked for me. One, I read the Dr. Phil book, The Ultimate Weight Loss Challenge, or whatever it is. One of the best books out there because it will help you deal with emotional eating, why you're putting things off, give you great solutions to fix the little things you need to fix about yourself, and physically get a good format of how to lose the weight. Secondly, I physically weighed myself every day. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, don't do it. It's the worst thing in the world you can do. But it gets to a point where you do what works for you, and that's it. I've gotten out of the habit of doing it, and I'm now wreaking the havoc of that, being that I'm now 25 pounds heavier than I was last on my second anniversary, which is okay. It's a learning experience, and I'm going to physically learn from it, and then it was a good mistake to make, and then I'm going to do what worked for me. And I will tell anybody, never do it. You do not want to be a slave of the scale. And the scale is only a number. It's more for me, it's a reference to say, okay, well, this is working, this isn't working. What do I need to fix over tomorrow, over the next day? And I was spot on with my food. If it wasn't good for me, I wasn't eating it. I did give myself one treat a day, which was a Skinny Cow or a Weight Watchers dessert. That is what I gave myself, and that's what I lived on for over a year. And I started walking 1 hour a day. Now, walking in itself is one of the best exercises for you. You do it naturally. It's something you do. If you do a 20-minute walk a day, from what Leslie Sansone talks about, the one that does walk away the pounds, it feels like taking 2 Tylenol. So, yeah, my walks hurt in the beginning, but I did it because I knew I had to. And eventually got to be my time. And there was times I stomped out of the house when someone wouldn't walk with me. But I did the walk for me. I didn't do the walk for anybody else. It was probably in the middle of that year, or maybe closer to the January, February, before my year rolled over, is when The Biggest Loser had the Where Are You Now show, and the cute little blonde physically said, I have to be on the treadmill for 60 minutes a day, 6 days a week, to maintain of what I've done. And that's when the day I realized that it was a lifestyle change, and the exercise is something I'm going to have to fall in love with and do forever. So here is my picture from my first year. Once again, it's with my daughter on her birthday, and I celebrate 107 pounds down. Over the next year, I dabbled in Beachbody programs. I fell in love with Turbo Jam, Turbo Fire. I fell in love with Chalene Extreme. I put muscle on. I got down about 135 down is where my body really liked. And that's where I stayed. I mean, I was smaller than I ever was. I was so excited to be an 18. And little things. I'm going to throw a couple pictures here now of some of my favorites of this journey. The one in the black is the first time I ever felt skinny. And for me, I'm skinny. Even though I'm not tiny, I'm skinny for me. The one in the red dress is my absolute favorite picture. This was Halloween of 2010. This was a dress I wore for a wedding right before I got pregnant with AJ, and it barely fit me that day. Now this dress is pinned underneath the arms. So then we come around to year 2. I was down another 30 pounds, I think, and I was okay with that. I mean, I worked really, really hard, but it was a lot of confusion with calories, trying to figure out how to count calories. The new Weight Watchers program came, which still to this day confuses the heck out of me and took away my staples. But I was okay with that. I mean, I was still losing. And so now we go to this year that I just finished. And I stopped weighing myself. I tried to get out of that habit because it's addicting and you can get obsessed. And so, yeah, well, now I'm about 20 pounds heavier than I was last year. I'm still wearing the same clothes. I think at least 10 of it is good muscle that I've put on. I'm about an inch all the way down bigger, but I still wear the same clothes. They still basically fit me the same way. And those are the most important parts to me. You've got to be able to be flexible enough to be able to have good days and bad days, and you've got to learn from them. So it's a journey, and that's what it is. So here are the pictures from today, and enjoy them. So on for next year. I am ramping up the workouts. I'm trying to do 90 to 120 minutes a day. I am watching my food. I'm trying to lose at least a pound a week. If not 2 pound, a pound a week is what I'm going to stick at. And then by this time next year, I should be under 200 pounds. I've set that goal many times during this journey. I've probably said it 100 times during this journey. This time, I'm not accepting it not happen. I'm going back to the beginning. I'm doing what works for me. I'm weighing myself every day. It's a number. I'm not going to freak out about it. I'm going to write it down and be done with it for the day. And I'm going to be spot on with my food, and I'm going to get my exercise in, and I'm giving myself rest. So, I'd like to know what your plans are for the year. Go to my page, www.facebook.com, getting rid of the fat, and I'll see you there. And thank you. Thank you.